Good morning. I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'd like you to join me on this journey. I've made this video so many times. I hope that this time it works out the way I want it to. I keep making bloopers, so forgive me for if I make some mistakes along the way, but I'm going to try to keep your attention and be interesting and teach you something really great. So one thing I'd like to teach you about is essential oils. And why? Well, the modern approach to medicine and your health is managing symptoms and then using synthetics, which have side effects. But the natural approach is finding the root cause, and there's no side effects using essential oils that are safe. They're extracted from plants, and you can get them from the flower, the seed, the bark, the roots, the fruit. There's all parts of the plant, and they all have different chemical constituents and different uses. Essential oils are either steam distilled or cold pressed, and that is to extract the oils from the plant. I'll try to put in the comments a blown up version of the peppermint, like a microscopic picture is what I meant to say, of a peppermint plant. And you'll see the little sac that the essential oils are in to give you a visual. It's really interesting. But interesting thing is also, essential oils are mentioned in the Bible. I bet you didn't know that. In James, in the 5th chapter, the 14th verse, it says, "Is anyone among you sick? He should call for the elders of the church, and they are to pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. The prayer of faith will save the sick person, and the Lord will raise him up." This verse is really talking about faith through prayer, but it does mention healing coming from the oil as well. Also in Revelation 22, 1 and 2, it says, "On the other side of the river was the tree of life, bearing 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations." So again, God is reminding us that He's given us all kinds of plants and things to heal our body. It takes faith to use oils. I'll get into that more. And the essential oil company I'm talking about, or that I use, is doTERRA. And what you might say, well, why would I just use doTERRA? Well, doTERRA has the purest oils in the market, for one thing, and they do very expensive testing. One type of testing they do is mass spectrometry, and the other one is gas chromatography. Those are very, very expensive tests, and they are routine for doTERRA. Anyone in the industry will tell you they're very expensive, and most companies that sell oils can't afford it, or they don't test their oils using these methods. In fact, the Aromatic Plant Research Center spokesperson that I met a few years ago told me that they were testing doTERRA's oils before doTERRA was aware of it. And they just wanted to see what was inside their oils. And they stated that they were the purest oils in the world, in the market, and that doTERRA doesn't allow any adulteration. Now, what does adulteration mean? That is when an essential oil has a natural or synthetic component added to it during any part of the production process. So the original oil is no longer pure and the quality is low. And why would people do that? Well, because of money. They want to make more money, so they add something to it to make it something it's not, or they want to stretch it and be able to produce more, make more money, and so forth. There were two doctors that are from the College of Pharmacology. They shared recent findings from a study of essential oils conducted by Roseman University researchers. Dr. Tim Lee and Jeffrey Talbot were the men that did it. And Dr. Lee's data suggests that human cells know the difference between a naturally sourced oil or an adulterated or synthetically constructed oil, and that this difference can be detected using the cell's own physiology. And in a sense, Dr. Lee's methodology and approach represent a biochemical lie detector test, a physiological polygraph, which is really cool. I'll put a link for that in the comments so you can read it for yourself. doTERRA invests also in a couple different ways. They go into countries where they're going to develop partners. Partners are the farmers that grow the plants, and they spend a couple years and they find out about how they harvest their plants, and they educate these people to have better practices so that they don't destroy their production, because sometimes they will harvest too often or too heavily. And also they will go in there and they will do things for the community, like build clinics, hospitals, schools, dig wells, and if there's natural disasters, they'll go in there and help them even during that. They also pay them a fair wage, and so they're known for fair trade. And while doTERRA is investing in these communities, doTERRA is also investing in us and bringing us an alternative by giving us something natural that we can use, something created by God for our benefit. Some may say that doTERRA is expensive. Well, I say to you, either pay your physician later or buy your oils now, and learn to use them and improve your life by doing things from a faith perspective. It actually takes faith to use an oil. I remember thinking there was nothing to oils. I totally was skeptical. I thought it was nonsense. But I've since learned that it really is something. There is biology and chemistry to this, and it changed my life. I started using them and learning more about the body and how it works, and found that I'm healthier for it. And instead of thinking the physician will know what to do, I look at my oil book and I think, okay, let me look this up, and then I use my oils accordingly. I used to actually fear getting sick, but once I learned to trust what God's given us, I stopped feeling fearful. So, it's just been a really great journey. And so what I'd like to do is invite you to join me on this journey and learn how essential oils can change your life. And comment if you've ever used oils, and tell me about your story and how they helped you. Tell me your favorite oils. Subscribe and give us a thumbs up, because I'd love for you to continue with us. And we'll see you on the next video, where I'm going to go into more detail about specific oils and the way you can use them. So look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much.